Most gardeners spend 6 months making compost. They build the pile, they turn it, they water it, they wait, and at the end of all that work, they get enough material to cover maybe 2 or 3 beds. I did that for years, and my soil improved slowly, half an inch at a time, season after season. Then I found a method that changed the math completely. It starts with a handful of cooked rice. You set it at the edge of your garden, under a leaf, close to the soil. You come back 4 days later. What grows on that rice in 4 days contains more living soil organisms than a finished compost pile 3 feet wide. Not similar, not comparable, more. This is Korean natural farming, a system developed in the 1960s that has been feeding families across Asia for 60 years and is only now reaching gardeners in the UK and US who are tired of slow results and expensive inputs. The principle behind it is simple. Your best soil amendment is not something you buy. It's not something you ship in from outside. It is already living in the ground beneath your feet and in the air around your garden right now. Korean natural farming teaches you how to capture it, multiply it, and put it to work in 30 days. No expensive equipment, no complicated chemistry, nothing you cannot do in your own backyard this weekend. I'm going to walk you through exactly how it works, what it does to your soil, and the 5 core preparations any gardener can make at home, starting with one you can finish in your kitchen in under 10 minutes using something you almost certainly throw away every single morning. Stay to the end. That last one is the one that will surprise you most. Let's get into it. Before I walk you through the preparations, I want to make sure you understand the philosophy behind this method, because if you understand it, everything else makes sense immediately. If you skip it and go straight to the steps, you will do the steps halfway and wonder why nothing changed. Here's the core idea. Modern gardening is built on one assumption, that your soil is deficient, that it is missing something, that your job as a gardener is to identify what is missing and add it from outside. Missing nitrogen? Buy fertilizer. Missing microbes? Buy compost. Missing structure? Buy amendments. Buy, add, apply, repeat, every single season. Korean natural farming is built on the opposite assumption. Your soil is not deficient, it is suppressed. Everything your garden needs to thrive is already present in the environment around it. The microorganisms that build fertility, break down organic matter, suppress disease, and feed plant roots, they are already in your soil, in your air, in the leaves on the ground around your garden. The reason your garden struggles is not that these organisms are absent, it is that modern gardening practices, synthetic fertilizers, pesticides, rototilling, bare soil have suppressed them, pushed them down, starved them out. Korean natural farming does not add inputs from outside. It captures, cultivates, and amplifies what is already there. The man who developed this system was a Korean farmer named Cho Han-kyu. He spent decades observing how forests and wild ecosystems feed themselves with no human intervention. No fertilizer bags, no compost piles, no irrigation systems, just soil, organisms, and organic matter working in a loop that never breaks down. He asked one question that changed everything. If a forest can feed itself indefinitely, why can't a garden? The answer he found was that a forest never destroys its own biology. It never tills. It never leaves bare ground. It never imports nutrition from somewhere else. It captures what is local, cycles what is available, and builds on itself season after season. That is exactly what Korean natural farming teaches your garden to do. And it starts with the most abundant, most powerful, most completely overlooked resource in your entire garden. The microorganisms living in the soil directly beneath your feet right now. Korean natural farming is built around 5 core preparations. Each one captures or cultivates a specific biological resource that already exists in your environment. Together, they create a complete soil-building system that costs almost nothing and can be started this week. Preparation 1. Indigenous microorganisms. This is where the cooked rice comes in. Cook a small amount of plain white rice. Pack it loosely into a wooden box or a bamboo container, anything that breathes. Do not use plastic. Cover it loosely with breathable paper and set it directly on the soil at the edge of your garden or at the base of a healthy tree. Leave it for 4 to 7 days. What grows on that rice is a colony of indigenous microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, and beneficial organisms that are native to your specific piece of ground, not imported, not manufactured, captured directly from your own soil and air. When you mix that colonized rice with brown sugar in equal parts by weight, it preserves the colony and activates it. Store it in a jar. That jar contains billions of living organisms ready to go to work the moment you introduce them to your garden beds. Dilute 1 tablespoon per gallon of water. Apply directly to your soil. This is IMO. It is the foundation of the entire system. Preparation 2. Fermented plant juice. Take any fast-growing plant from your garden. Young comfrey, nettle, or any rapidly growing green works perfectly. Chop it roughly, mix it with brown sugar in equal parts by weight, pack it into a jar, cover with breathable cloth, and leave it for 7 days. What you get is a fermented liquid packed with the growth hormones, enzymes, and micronutrients that fast-growing plants use to build themselves so quickly. Apply it diluted, 1 tablespoon per gallon, directly to your soil or as a foliar spray on plant leaves. Plants treated with FPJ show visibly stronger growth within 2 weeks, not because you added something foreign, because you gave them the exact biological signals their own cells already understand. Preparation 3. Fermented fruit juice. Same principle as FPJ, but made from ripe or overripe fruit. Take any fruit that is fully ripe, the riper the better. Chop it, mix with brown sugar in equal parts by weight, ferment for 7 days. Ripe fruit is loaded with natural sugars, potassium, and the hormones plants use during the fruiting and flowering stage of their growth cycle. Apply FJF when your plants begin to flower. It signals to the plant that conditions are right for fruit production. The result is heavier, denser harvests from the same plants that previously gave you average yields. Every overripe tomato, every soft apple, every piece of fruit you would normally throw away, all of it is raw material for FJF. Preparation 4. Water-soluble calcium. Take eggshells, collect them over a few weeks, a dozen is enough to start. Wash them, dry them, then burn them over an open flame until they turn completely black and then white. Cool them completely, then submerge them in brown rice vinegar for 7 days. What dissolves into that vinegar is pure water-soluble calcium, the most bioavailable form of calcium your soil can receive. Calcium is the mineral that builds strong cell walls in plants. Strong cell walls mean disease resistance, structural integrity, and produce that holds longer after harvest. Apply diluted to your soil every 2 weeks during the growing season. This preparation alone has reduced blossom end rot, the calcium deficiency that destroys tomatoes and peppers, in gardens where nothing else worked. Preparation 5. Oriental herbal nutrient. This is the most complex and the most powerful. Take 5 pungent herbs. Garlic, ginger, cinnamon, licorice root, and angelica are the traditional ingredients. Any 3 of these 5 will work if you cannot source all of them. Chop them roughly, mix each one separately with brown sugar, and ferment for 7 days. Then combine the liquids. What you have is a broad-spectrum biological activator. OH&N does not feed the soil directly. It wakes everything up. It activates dormant microorganisms, stimulates plant immune response, and creates conditions where every other preparation you apply works faster and penetrates deeper. Apply OH&N first before any other preparation, and everything that follows works harder. Let me tell you what actually happens when you apply this system consistently over 30 days. The first thing you notice is the smell. Healthy soil built with Korean natural farming preparations smells like a forest floor after rain, clean, earthy, almost sweet. If your soil currently smells like nothing, or worse, like something stale and flat, that smell is the first signal that the biology is waking up. The second thing you notice is earthworms, not 1 or 2, dozens. In soil that has been treated with IMO for 4 weeks, earthworm populations increase measurably. Earthworms are not just a sign of healthy soil, they are the mechanism. Their castings are the most nutrient-dense soil amendment on Earth, and they produce them continuously, for free, inside your own beds, once the biology that feeds them is present. The third thing you notice is plant behavior. Plants in KNF-treated soil do not just grow faster, they grow differently. Stems thicker, leaves darker, root systems deeper and more branched. These are not cosmetic changes, they are structural. A plant with a deeper root system accesses water and minerals during dry spells that kill shallow-rooted plants in untreated soil. By day 30, the difference between a treated bed and an untreated bed is visible from 10 feet away. Now, let me share 4 patterns that explain why most gardeners never get these results, even when they're working hard. The first pattern is importing instead of cultivating. Buying bagged compost, bottled microbes, and manufactured amendments feels productive, but imported biology is generic. It is not adapted to your specific soil, your specific climate, your specific garden. Indigenous microorganisms captured from your own ground are already perfectly adapted. They don't need to adjust. They go to work immediately. The second pattern is killing what you are trying to build. Synthetic fertilizers, fungicides, and pesticides do not just target pests and deficiencies, they sterilize. Every application pushes your soil biology closer to zero. You cannot build a living system while simultaneously poisoning it. Korean natural farming works only when you stop the destruction first. The third pattern is expecting compost to do everything. Compost is valuable. Nobody's saying stop composting. But compost is finished material, organic matter that has already been broken down. Korean natural farming preparations are living material, active biology that continues working, multiplying, and building long after you apply them. The difference is static versus dynamic. One feeds the soil once, the other feeds it continuously. The fourth pattern is waiting for perfect conditions. Most gardeners wait until spring, wait until the bed is ready, wait until they have all 5 preparations. Start with one. Start with IMO this weekend. A wooden box, cooked rice, and 4 days is all it takes to begin. Every preparation you add after that compounds what the first one started. Now here's what I promised you at the beginning. The one preparation you can make in your kitchen in under 10 minutes, using something most people throw away every single morning: coffee grounds. Not just any application, fermented coffee grounds. Take your used coffee grounds from this morning. While they're still wet and warm, mix them with an equal weight of brown sugar. Pack them into a jar, cover with breathable cloth, leave for 5 days. What you get is a fermented microbial activator that is extraordinarily rich in nitrogen, potassium, and the specific fungi that break down woody organic matter in soil. It's essentially a simplified FPJ from a waste product that costs you nothing. Apply it diluted, 1 tablespoon per gallon directly to your soil once a week for a month. Coffee grounds are slightly acidic. This makes fermented coffee grounds particularly effective for blueberries, tomatoes, peppers, and any crop that prefers slightly acidic conditions. But even in neutral soil, the biological activity it triggers is immediate and measurable. Every morning when you make your coffee, you're making soil medicine. Most people pour it in the bin. Now you won't. That's Korean natural farming, a 60-year-old system that captures what is already around you, amplifies what is already in your soil, and builds fertility faster than anything you can buy in a bag. If this changed how you think about what your soil actually needs, hit the like button right now. Not later, now. It takes 1 second, and it puts this information in front of someone else who needs it just as badly as you did before you watch this. And if you want to see what's coming next, subscribe and turn the notification bell on, because the next video covers something that makes today look like the introduction. Drop 1 word in the comments right now. Tell me what your soil smells like today. That 1 word tells me everything about where you're starting from, and I will tell you exactly which preparation to begin with. I'll see you in the next one.